Hello again, all my fellow monster lovers, horror movie watchers, mask collectors, Halloween fans, and other persons of interest. It's time once again for Creepy Cheapies with Dr. Lady, where we look for cool Halloween masks. I, of course, am Jubilation T. Cornpone, and today's mask is, I believe, one of the finest non-movie masks of the year 2020. One of the best of 2020. Who am I talking about? This good-looking little guppy here. This is Gillbert. Now that's could be spelled with two L's or with just one L. G-I-L-B-E-R-T, which is how the name Gillbert is typically traditionally spelled, or it could be spelled with two L's, which the folks who make the mask, Trick or Treat Studios, by the way, which is how they spell it because it's sort of a pun, because he has gills and it's Gillbert. So if you're looking for one of these and you're shopping around, try either spelling, either with one L or with two L's. It could be spelled either way. This was sculpted by an artist named Chris Williams, and he made a few of these on his own, I believe, as a handmade artist mask. But the Trick or Treat edition, which is what I have here, sells for only about 60 bucks. What? Yeah, it's true. That's all you sell for, Gillbert, is around 60 bucks. Oh, now he felt bad. No, don't take it the wrong way. That's wonderful, because that means, if you were $300, which is kind of what your paint job makes you look like, not many people could afford to own one like you. But the fact that they kept the price down to around 60 bucks, well, that's a wonderful thing, because that means more homes across the land can have you in them, your lovely face and your countenance right in there. See, so you feel better when you think these things through a little bit. Some monsters are so touchy. What is Gillbert? Well, I can hear everybody already saying, Creature from the Black Lagoon, because that's the voice that they use. And we all need to stop doing that. Everything is being compared to something else. And I know I don't like it because I've been on the other end of it an awful lot of times, and not everything was intended to be a variation on something else, and sometimes it's just coincidence. And in my case, it happens a lot with like jokes and puns and such. You think of a joke and you think, I bet I'm the first guy who ever thought of that joke, because it involves a word that sounds like another word or something, and then you say it out loud and someone says, oh, you got that joke from such and such movie, and I'm like, no, honestly, I didn't. What is that, a new movie that just came out? And they're like, no, that movie came out in 1957. So you realize other people can think of the same things you can, and it's not good that we do this kind of what is it, apophenia, or it's not pareidolia. It's more like apathy. Anyway, we make connections, and we look for familiarity and patterns in everything, and everything we see, it is in our nature, the human brain, and even with me as well, it is in our nature to say, oh, that reminds me of something I've seen before. And it can be very hurtful and cutting to an artist. But the only reason I mention the Creature from the Black Lagoon is because I believe, and I don't know Chris Williams, but I believe he would be okay with the comparison, because I believe he knows perfectly well that this is his variation on the Creature from the Black Lagoon character, who appeared in 3 movies in the 1950s. And, Creech has been done many times as a mask, many different types of masks, and this one kind of looks like it would be a good one to use as a puppet. Let's see if that works. Let me see that. Scoobity-boobity-bop. Oh yeah. See, that does work. That worked pretty well when you talk like it. Hey folks, welcome to Creepy Cheapies with Dr. Lady. And you should listen to that guy, because he told you I'm a good mask. And I am. So you should probably believe him. Don't believe anything else he says necessarily, but believe him about Gillbert being a good mask. Thank you. See, I just did a little ad-lib for you right there. All right. Look at the nice paint job on this and the detailing, and I did not do anything to enhance this one. This is straight from Trick or Treat. Oddly enough, the one in their catalog photo in 2020 looks nicer than the one in their 2021 catalog photo. I don't think there's any difference really, like that the paint was simplified or anything. I think it's just the photo. But just so you know, this one's from 2020 and the paint is spectacularly nice on it. My goodness gracious me, we've got all these little dark bumps and we've got this red highlighting going on and this. And you know, I never like it when actual masks of the creature from the Black Lagoon do this, but I love it on the Gillbert mask. This yellow, this kind of fish belly looking pale color down here. The creature in the movie doesn't really show any evidence of looking like that, but it works really well on a similar character. And yes, this is a styrofoam head with chunks sawed off of it. I don't remember originally why. Another nice thing I like about this mask is that instead of cutting the back slit up the center of the fin, which is the more traditional thing to do, and that leaves you with two floppy fin bits that don't want to line up and you can't ever get them to go together. They have done it over to the side, which is much easier to put into your costume. And by the way, costume, what would you wear with this? If you don't have a green scaly creature-esque bodysuit made of latex and painted like this, well, I think you could get away with a ghillie suit. You know, those that hunters wear that have the strings and ropes hanging everywhere for a swamp creature effect. And yeah, and he's right. He points out that the syllable gill is in ghillie suit, just like it's in Gillbert. So see, that kind of works. And what? Yeah. He says there might be some creature hands. There might be some generic green monster hands you could get to go with him. And if you don't want to go with the ghillie suit look, you could always take a green tights and leotard and hang lots of seaweed and stringy stuff and goop on there and make your own suit. Or if you can find something that looks kind of like a creature suit, because he looks kind of like the creature, but he kind of looks like if there had been a remake of Creature from the Black Lagoon in the 80s, it might have looked like this spectacularly cool Gillbert mask. 60 bucks, really, for something this nice? In 2020 dollars, that was a low price. And in 2021, it's still $60. Maybe 65 or 70, depending on where you buy it. But you can score one of these for 60 pretty easily if you shop around a little. And I think that's awesome because he's so well sculpted and so cleverly designed and so perfectly painted. It's really pretty impressive from Trick or Treat Studios. You know, I'll be messing with him because now I know he makes a good hand puppet and you can make him talk. Because you know I'll be having more fun with this one. By the way, if there was anything I was going to do to this guy paint-wise, I might, and this isn't paint, this is ink actually. We'll edit that out, that'll be fine. I might take a Sharpie and poke him in the eyes. I know that sounded unfriendly. No, not like Moe, not like Three Stooges. No, in the center, I don't know if you can see where that's drilled out. There's a teeny little hole drilled out in the center of each pupil, and you can see the color of the rubber, which is off-white, of course, latex color. If you look really, really closely and back it up a little and look in the close-up, I don't know if you could even tell, but it might be cool to take a Sharpie and just very carefully poke the felt tip into that little hole and, you know, give it a quick half twist or so and try to cover that edge of the rubber with the ink of the Sharpie. Even though a lot of times I don't like using Sharpies on masks because when people do it I can always tell because it's a funny purpley color. In this case it's just to conceal the edge of the rubber and not to actually color the color scheme of the mask, so I think we could get away with it. What a great mask. Love the $60 Gillbert from the 2020 lineup from Trick or Treat Studios. And until next time, remember, what were they supposed to remember? Gillbert, come on, help me out here. What were they supposed, oh. No, he says he wasn't paying attention. He's wanting to see next week's mask. Why do you want to see next week's mask already, Gillbert? You heard it's one called Sullivan. No, that's... It won't be one called Sullivan.